guys, I'm Shruti and I make videos about studying, working, and living abroad. And if that is something interesting for you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video so that I know what you guys enjoy. So, for today's video, I'm going to be tackling the GMAT and the GRE exam when it comes to applying for masters in management programs abroad. And I'm going to cover the 5 most important questions that I get asked when it comes to students who are looking at starting out with their application process. So, without further ado, let's get started with the questions. So, the first and the foremost question I get asked is that do I need to give one of these exams to get into a good school abroad? So, what you need to know is that no, it's not compulsory to give these exams to get into a management program abroad, but there's going to be 3 scenarios that can happen with you. The first one is that the school can compulsorily want you to give the exam, and it's going to have like a compulsory criteria, which is going to be to submit a score from these exams, and then your application file will be assessed. The second scenario can be that it is required by the school, but then you if you are a special case scenario in terms of your academic or professional situation, you can ask for a waiver and the school might give it to you. And the third case is going to be that the school does not require it at all compulsorily for their application program, but then still you will have an option to submit your score if you want to. The second question that I get asked often is that how to choose the right exam for you. Should you be giving the GMAT or the GRE? So this question is pretty tricky because there's no right or wrong answer. It's not like the schools are looking at both these exams differently. It's more about you realizing your individual strengths and then choosing the right exam for you. Both the exams test different things. Even though the syllabus is sort of similar, the kind of testing pattern is different. The kind of mindset that requires to give these exams is different. So I would say that it really depends. You can read up on the internet about both these exams, and the best case scenario would be take the mocks for both the exams, see where you're scoring more, see what's your strength, and then make that choice. The third question that I get asked is that what is the cutoff to get into a master's in management program for these exams? So honestly, there is no cutoff when it comes to schools abroad. I know this is something that happens in India, that you need to surpass a certain cutoff and then you get considered for interviews. But that's not what happens abroad, because they look at your profile holistically, and GMAT or the GRE score is just one of the criteria through which the schools assess you. So there is no cutoff of any kind, but sometimes there is a minimum requirement that the schools have. So somewhere around 600 mostly is what the schools have for GMAT, and maybe 300 for GRE, that they require the candidate to get to apply to the program. So that's something you can keep in mind. The fourth question is that how long does it take to prepare for the exam and how can you go about the process? So I've made a preparation video with my sister who took the exam recently, and she scored about 324, I think. If you want to have a look at that video, you can go ahead. It's in the description. But I would say that for preparation, anywhere around 1 month to 6 months is what students usually take. And I would say the way they prepare is that again, very individualistic, but sometimes students prefer to take classes. You have a lot of classes that can give you classroom training on various subjects, and then also take your exams and test you based on individual subjects. But there's also going to be sort of online classes which is going to be slightly cheaper, which can give you videos at which you can look at and prepare yourself and then give mocks online. And sometimes students also try to take something like only online mocks, and they do self preparation and then they just give the mock exams online. And sometimes what I did was that I just bought the books, I did the self study on my own, and then I gave all the free mocks that were available. So you can choose any of these depending on your budget, depending on the time that you have, and then take a call for yourself. So the fifth question is that, is it normal to take multiple attempts on these exams? So of course it's absolutely normal. I know a lot of people who have taken more than one attempts. Even myself, I've taken twice, like I've taken the GRE twice, and it's completely normal. I would say that's because it's not only like on the exam day, it's not just your preparation that counts, it's also your mental state on that day, a lot of situational changes that can happen. For me, I had to travel to another city to give my first attempt, so I was not really feeling my best, so my performance got downgraded. So it really depends, so it's okay to take it multiple times, of course. So now that I've covered five most important questions that I get asked, there are a few things I wish to address when it comes to these exams. Coming from India, I know that we have been raised in a very competitive academic sort of scenario, and that affects how we look at things. And it's really important to know that GMAT or the GRE is just a part of your application, it's not your whole application. So it's very important to have a good self assessment from the beginning about where you stand in terms of these exams, because it is not a reflection of your academic capabilities and not even professional in any sense. So I would say that knowing your threshold about how much you want to give to these exams and what kind of preparation you can actually give in based on your capabilities that you self assess, it's very important to know when to stop and when to not let it affect you, because I know people take multiple years to finally get into school just because they believe that the GMAT or the GRE score was not good enough. So I really don't believe in that. And for me, I get asked what was my score. So in the first attempt I scored a 312, and then I gave my second attempt in about 20 days after, and I scored a 319. So when I gave it for the first time, I knew that there were other situations that was affecting my performance on the exam, and I knew that I could do better. And it made sense for me because I knew I could at least increase 5 points on my score based on my current level of preparation. So I gave the exam again, and then when I scored 319, I still had a bit of a thought that, should I give it again because I can do much better. But honestly, it was important for me to realize that I need to stop, because that's not the best thing that I offer to a school. There are other things that I was going to offer in my application file, and it took me a long time to realize this. And after helping students, now I know that honestly it's not make it or break it situation. So always remember that when you are applying to schools abroad. And yeah, that's about whatever I had to say about these exams. And if you have any other question about it, don't forget to mention it down below in the comments, and I'm going to try to answer it as soon as possible. That's it for today, and thank you so much for listening, guys. I'm gonna see you soon. Bye bye.